It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. All the Marvel games are dying in a row. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Maybe they'll take out Contest Champions because it's a giant piece of shit. Hey guys, there's my Christmas carol for you. Welcome to G for G here on YouTube. By the way, I don't hate Contest Champions for the game itself. I just hate its, whole economic structure with the duplicates, and you pull a crystal and you see 5-star and 4-star characters going by, and you somehow manage to pull your 452nd 2-star Colossus, and what do you get for it? You get a bunch of ISOs, and God, I fucking hate that game. So what are we talking about today? Well, we're going to talk about Marvel Strike Force. So this is a game, I'm going to get a few things out of the way right in the beginning because it is highly important. We're going to talk about where is the game now and what you can play it on that is PC based, and how to go about getting it ahead of time. So for one, Marvel Strike Force is a game that is not out yet globally. If you remember how Marvel Avengers Alliance 2 was and Marvel Avengers Alliance Tactics MOT, that hunk of shit, from that, you could change your Chrome region to be one of the countries where it was live, like Brazil, the Philippines, and you could play it early. And then when it went live, actually, your progress transitioned over. Same thing for Marvel Avengers Alliance 2. If you got the APK from, repositories, or somebody uploaded it to their Dropbox or their Google Drive, or you went to the APK free sites, you could get it that way. And again, when it went live, your progress came with you, and then you also got the pre-order bonuses, which was a Guardians of the Galaxy character. Now, if you had an iOS device and an Android device, you actually got 2 free Guardians of the Galaxy characters. So I had pulled Rocket. No, not Rocket. Gamora. Hell, I forget now. I think it was maybe Gamora and a Star-Lord. No, Groot. Groot and Gamora. That's who I got. I really thought it was Rocket, but I don't really remember Rocket too well in Marvel Avengers Alliance 2, so I'm going to stick with saying it was Groot and Gamora. But I honestly could be wrong. I really do think Gamora was at least one of them. Because even though your account was the same on both devices, it's synced up through a Facebook ID, you were able to cash out on your pre-reg on both devices. So the pre-registration for Strike Force, I highly recommend you, if you have both devices, you sign up with your Google Play address, which is probably a Gmail, and then sign up with your iTunes address, which is hopefully something else, and you might be able to get double credit again. So, the first thing to talk about, again, before we get into the game, is what can you play this on the PC? Well, right now, Nox and KO Player, it's not working. You have to get Memu. Now, I used to run Memu a little bit on my laptop, back when DC Legends first came out, and DC Legends really didn't like almost any of the emulators, like BlueStacks, it didn't work, and Nox, it didn't work. So on my PC, I ran Nox and KO Player, and on my laptop, I think I was running Memu for a little while. Well, I finally got rid of KO Player on the desktop because everything was working fine on Nox, but now this game is basically pink. If you run any other emulator, it just shows as a pink screen, and it will for Memu with the default configuration. You have to go to the settings, which is over here, the gear, and then you come to the advanced category, and this will kind of define what your emulator is emulating. So it's emulating a Samsung 7, which is pretty solid. And then where are you? Okay, yeah, here under General Graphics. So it's probably going to start in OpenGL. Now, Nox is doing DirectX for me, but you want to put it over to DirectX Plus. If you leave it on DirectX or OpenGL, you get the pinky purple screen. Also, you want to kind of maybe max this out about as much as possible. If you don't pull up your Android and emulator and multitask, get this up about as high as possible. So if you're running a quad core, give it 4 cores, maybe give it, you know, I have 12 gigs of RAM in here. I could probably bump this up to like 8 or 9, maybe 10. But if you're multitasking, don't let this get too hoggish. So these are what my settings look like. It's set to a tablet with a 1280 resolution. Could probably jump it up a little bit further. My advanced, I'm leaving it emulating a Samsung G7. And I don't really have to worry about the Wi-Fi hotspots. And you don't really have to get into others here. However, performance is pretty good for the caching. Root, so this one allows you to have root on and off at the touch of a button. If a game is running protection called Safety Net, like South Park Destroyer is, you want to turn the root mode off. Root will trip Safety Net, which is really, really fucking stupid that Ubisoft is doing that with the South Park game. But apparently the cheating was bad enough that they felt they needed to do that. So, there you go, guys. There's the Memu settings for this. Now, I'm going to run the task killer really quick. Make sure nothing crazy is running. And we will go into Strike Force. So now, the way that it is with Memu is after these splash screens, we're going to get some corrupted text. There isn't a fix for it right now. So that percentage in the circle, there you go. Challenge the entire alliance to receive penalty. Complete a series mission. It's not all text. It's just some text. Characters act. It's like playing a Daft Punk song backwards reading this stuff. By the way, that's not Evil Cable in the background there. That's a character called Ultimus. And, alright, so I'm a little ticked here. It's not syncing my progression. You guys will be able to get to see this kind of from the beginning over here. This is not the progression that I have. I'm actually further along than this. I just unlocked Punisher. It's still making me do some tutorial stuff over here. I could potentially uninstall it and reinstall it again, and maybe it'll pick it up, but see, and unfortunately we're stuck for a little bit. We can't go back. We can't go home. So we're going to have to mesh our way through this, or mush our way through this tutorial stuff for a little bit. So, electric. We're gonna rock down to Electric Boogaloo. I know, it's Electric Avenue, but I'm just combining stupid shit. So, here is what a campaign screen looks like. I've already done the first one. Now, it's forcing me to do the second one. There's text, there's story text down here. This is what tells you the rewards. So in this game now, we're kind of programmed to believe that this gold icon is probably the premium currency. It's actually not. It's these cores over here, but more on that. So Spider-Man's like, hey Fury, I noticed you look a lot like Samuel Jackson. Isn't Samuel Fury actually white? He's like, no sucker, these motherfucking planes and these motherfucking snakes on these motherfucking planes said I'm black. And Spider-Man's like, oh, okay, that's cool. I've been played by several actors too. So going into this mission, I have Spider-Man, Luke Cage, and a medic. Their characters stop me. Their characters a gear and drop. Yeah, I'm not even going to try to read that. That's going to get annoying really quick. If you do play this on mobile, you actually don't get the corrupted text. It's just an emulator thing. Hopefully when we get the global release, you're not going to have too many issues here. Also, if you do go for the pre-order bonus, which is Daredevil, I think maybe a 3-star Daredevil, obviously you're not going to have it now, but when it goes live, you will have Daredevil. So, don't jump the gun and think you have it now. So here's Elektra giving us the silent treatment, which there's really text there, we just can't see it. Now, the first thing you will notice about this game, and I want you to pay close attention to when enemies attack and when I attack. The game is actually, like, really fucking logical, which is really cool. You don't have to have too much suspension of disbelief in this game. And I'll show you what I mean when it happens. So Spider-Man's going to attack. He has two abilities. A default that has no cooldown. And this multi-hit ability over here that has a cooldown of 3 rounds. So we'll start off with that. And he attacks both. And he debuffs the hand ninja over here. Now watch very carefully what this medic is going to do with this shot. And watch what Luke Cage is going to do. He ducks. How fucking cool is that? Like, it doesn't... You don't have to... This is a taunt right here over, by the way. You don't have to sit there and be like, oh man, my character just shot through Luke Cage. That's stupid. He should have hit Luke Cage in the back. Like, it's really a nice little nuance that Luke fucking ducks when the medic shoots from behind him. I don't know what that... Oh, there we go. And, like... And here's another thing. When Elektra attacks Luke and Luke jumps back, the other characters are like, hey man, personal space. And they jump back out of the way to make room for, like, Luke Cage getting knocked around. Like, see? He gets knocked all the way in the back, and the Spider-Man and the medic kind of split off a little bit and give him room. I just think that is a really nice touch. And I mean, this is a mobile game over here that we're talking about. So I'm going to have the medic heal us now because Luke's getting hurt. And every now and then when you get these blows that kill somebody, you get a kind of a dramatic finish to it. As you saw over there with that, like, slow-mo web swing. So we knocked the offense down on Elektra a little bit. Luke went in for a punch. Elektra tried to counter. Luke ducked and hit her anyway. That looks like it should have caused bleeding, honestly. But there's that duck again. I just think that is so cool to see in a game. I mean, because they didn't have to do that. They could have made her, like, shoot at an angle that wouldn't have gone through Luke Cage or something. But the fact that they actually leave it in the game and then make Luke duck react to the shot is... I just think it's crazy. And I think it's so high quality, too. So, yeah, I do apologize. You kind of lose some of the experience here and not seeing this text like Long Li-ing. Dong, where's my automobile? I mean, I can't even tell you what this is supposed to be. So, when you 3-star a mission, you can go back and auto-win it, which is, you know, typical of modern mobile games. You can just do that. And you can either do it once, 3 times, and then 10 times maybe? I forget what it is. And it, you know, it consumes energy, so it's a little bit on the Marvel fight-ish side over there. So we still really can't... Now we can interact. Okay. So we can kind of begin to interact with some stuff now. My inbox, these are just your daily rewards. So it looks like I got a core. And over here... I think this is available once. I don't think this is a selector. So you can see Captain America, Quake, Black Widow, Hawkeye, the guy from Quake, John Wick over here, a medic, I don't know who that was down here, and another guy from Halo. So we got the Quake guy, we've got Halo, we've got John Wick, we've got a medic. Marvel Universe is really expanding. And unfortunately, I can't tell you who I got. Hopefully this doesn't screw up my progression on what is really tied to my account. Yeah, see, I shouldn't be Commander so-and-so. I should be Napalm Dawn over here. Maybe under settings. Yeah, okay. I will do this at some other point. I kind of don't want to expose any account information right now, so... orbs, these are where you cash out your sell currency, and you get things like basic orbs, premiums. You can change it into gold. Abilities. I do believe energy is available there somewhere. We have daily objectives. So the daily objective that I got there was play 1 campaign mission. Now this other one over here is to play 3 campaign missions and equip a piece of gear. So to do gear, you click on that screen and then you're here. These little squares next to the characters are their gear slots. So it's almost like DC's Injustice 2. This game is kind of a mix of Future Fight and Marvel Avengers Alliance and DC Legends and actually DC Injustice 2. So here's some of the characters that we saw at that screen. Shield Assault, Shield Trooper, Shield Operative, so she is a nobody. Black Widow, Hawkeye, Quake, or some people calling Bay Quake. Shield Security, Captain America. AIM mobs like an Infector, Monstrosity, Assault a Researcher. Security, Bullseye, Crossbones, Daredevil, Drax. I was going to say, who's Aura? But it's Drax with Corrupted Text. Elektra, Gamora, who is looking oddly pretty for Gamora in these games. Gamora's been portrayed as a little harsh in a lot of games lately. Hand mobs, Hulk, Hydra mobs. There's Iron Fist, Iron Man. Korath looking a little bit like Ronin. Jessica Jones or Essica Owens. Again, Jessica's a little bit prettier here than most games make her. Kree units, mercenary units. Nebula, she's angry. She's still angry. Nick Fury, Night Nurse, which I've heard is a really good healer. Nobu, Punisher, who I just earned. Ravager mobs, there's Ronin. Scientist Supreme, Thor, Winter Soldier, Yondu, and Rocket Raccoon. So the roster isn't that great, and it certainly doesn't seem to reflect Disney and Fox's merger. Whether or not we get mutants eventually, maybe. But so the cores, as I said, here are your premium currencies. So you get 200 for about $2, 500 for $5, 1,000 for 10, which does seem to be pretty good. And you know, here is your whale territory over there. It's trying to tell me something about supplies, but not like I can read that. These are, I think, the... Alright, so this is your gear that you equip. I'm going to go ahead and buy this serum, I think. Yeah, I don't... well, no, never mind. I don't know how much it's going to take because the text is cut off. But I think we're going to get gear pretty soon. So we'll do another campaign mission. And yeah, so this is a piece of gear over here coming up. We'll be able to see what that's like after this fight. Oh, hey Luke, how you doing? I heard your series is actually pretty good, but a lot of people are saying there's just no white people in it. Really doesn't make sense. I know, Spider-Man. White people are fucking stupid. Takes place in Harlem. I mean, what do they expect? That's all we know. That's all we know. White people are stupid. Ick Fury, I'm surprised he told us that much. Oh, this is funny. So yeah, as you can see, it's going to be a mix of heroes, villains, and kind of generic units. Which is interesting because, you know, we never had the generic units in Marvel Avengers Alliance. I mean, we had the Agent, who was in a way generic, but it's not like we got a Circle of 8 mob or, you know, whatever. I think the last time I checked on the Reddit, gaming life has not said anything in a little while. I think I'm completely up to date with all the information there. Hey, look! Whoa, this warehouse is full of those interdimensional orbs. How did is et is hands on alien to highly this? God, it's like reading Spanglish. So you're going to open up with the multi-ability. I'm going to target this one because he's lower. And look, the enemy ducks and Luke ducks. Luke ducking so that the shot hits the poor medic. That makes me crack up every time. I mean, Luke is a taunter. He's this big, brawly, nearly invulnerable bruiser, and he ducks out of the way and lets the poor little medic chick just take it in the face. Oh, here's a team up. So this happens randomly. We just got a Luke Cage and Spider-Man team up. I didn't do anything special to do it. It just happens. I would like to see if Luke and Iron Fist get a team up. Like a Defenders for Hire kind of thing. I think that'd be cool. And again, every now and then Spider-Man will just occasionally pop a second person with that default ability. We'll have Luke taunt. I think that little buff was Spider-Man getting evasion up. So now we're dealing with Kingpin and these two soldiers who, if I remember correctly, like reasonably hurt. So I want to try to put a big hurting on these guys. I think if Spider-Man connects that level 2 with just one person, I think it does more damage than if he spreads it among two mobs. See, like, look at that. He knocked the soldier back into Kingpin, who jumped out of the way and went, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Get up there and stay away from me. You gonna get... Oh, that's the wrong guy. I didn't mean to hit him. Think you gonna get knocked around by that fucking Spider-Man like that? See, again, Kingpin's like getting the hell out of the way. It's just... I really hope there will not be a time when I'm not amused by this in this game. Because I think as long as I continue to get amused by these character animations, I'm going to really enjoy the game. And it'd be like, man, this is a cool game. I recommend everybody play this. Which, you know, with Marvel Heroes going under, yeah, there might be a lot of fans of this game of people going, well, shit, you know, Marvel Heroes is dead. I need a really good Marvel game to play, and Marvel Avengers Alliance, who knows if that's coming back. Again, I don't know what makes the medic occasionally have that extra shot there, but that's also something that's come in handy. Would O stompin' in pin. Till take us months to enough our ores open all these or yeah. Whatever. And our hero... So here he says, our hero's trapped in these orbs. That's what he asks. He's like, I don't know, I'll have to open them to check it out. We let one of the trucks escape, so we will follow it to the source. That's your next... Shit, I forget what he says there. So we'll equip this piece of gear, and you'll get to see what that's like, and then we'll give it a wrap. And hopefully I've whetted your appetite enough for this game. So if I go to roster, he's telling me like I have a gear equipable, so it pretty much directs you right to Spider-Man. You click this, it's going to equip that little web shooter tech nugget thing over there. And then what you missed in the upper right corner was that like your health and attack went up or something like that. And now I've completed 3 missions. This is the December login calendar. So this is really like DC Legends. Like anybody who plays DC Legends is going to be like, wow, man, that is a pretty direct rip-off of DC Legends. Currency, premium currency, and hero fragments. I don't blame you for thinking that, because I'm thinking it too. Hopefully the next time I do a video on this, I'll have this synced to my main account. And hopefully this doesn't overwrite my main account. Although, I'm actually not too far behind. I think I get Punisher at this gold, or get 99% of this Punisher gold, and on this one over here get the final frag and earn him. So this is what Campaign 1, Chapter 1 looks like. This is how many units you go through. My energy is now at 123 out of 62, so it does seem like, unlike DC Legends, you could really overstock your energy, which is good. That is the one thing I hate about DC Legends, is it's very tough to maintain a higher than normal stock of energy. And I mean, shit, by the time 99.5% of us finished Marvel Avengers Alliance, we probably had something like 5,000 energy nodes built up between all the ones that we had and some 10s and full recharges and everything. I mean, we probably could have spent that entire month of September playing 24/7 and still might not have run out of energy. But there you go, guys. Here is Marvel Strike Force. As you can see, unfortunately, it's kind of some of the boring characters. We've been dealing with a lot of Marvel Avengers Alliance games recently. Like, you know, MFF has beat Crossbones to death with us. Contest of Champions has him a little bit. He was a big villain in Marvel Heroes. You would routinely fight Crossbones and get those, like, Crossbone drops that you can turn in for stuff. And, you know, the Guardians of the Galaxy, Captain America, Luke Cage. I mean, it's all MCU stuff, like you'd expect. Hopefully, down the road, these guys will bring mutants into the fold because of the Disney-Fox merger. I mean, Marvel Future Fight was ahead of the curve in doing that. They did it before the merger. And, you know, aside from the loot box debacle, we're all absolutely thrilled to have an entire universe of characters being added to the game, which is glorious. But hopefully this game will follow suit, because I think, as much as I might like the gameplay, I think I will eventually get a little bored of just the same characters that we've been dealing with for like 3 years now. Of just, hey, it's the MCU people, it's the Avengers people, it's the Doctor Strange people. Wake me up when I get a Wolverine or a Molly Hayes. Oh, hey, the mutants are in Marvel Future Fight. Yay. Now, if only they would stop ruining Molly and Runaways, I'd be happy. Anyway, peace out, guys. Have a good one.